What's up guys, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we have a Patreon request from Emmanuel on Patreon. So it's Quinella from Sword Art Online. Let's go. Landscape orientation page, use pencil and an eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. So we start with our eyes, okay? So female character, eyelashes and all that stuff, right? So let's go. Center point to my page about here, up over to the right hand side, and just make sure you leave enough room for her head because it's quite round, just up to the top. So we're just in the top half up here, not like right up here, down a little bit. So diagonal like that, and then it will curve across, right, like so. And usually she'll have eyelashes sticking up, right, and out, and you have to thicken up the top eyelid. So like, say like a spiky thing coming off here, looks like an eyelash, and then you like add some extra pencil, just make it thicker, and this will like flick off here. And it doesn't have to be like a perfectly fine line, you know, it can be kind of hairy and stuff because they're eyelashes, sketchy looking. And I think she has like a little eyelash like sticking off here, maybe. Like not much, but this is what we're dealing with, okay, for the top eyelid. And then this curves around like a hook down here, okay? And it's a little bit thicker on top than the bottom. Right, so it's kind of like, sometimes Naruto eyes are like this, right? And the difference, right, between this sort of eye and a Naruto eye is there's no bottom eyelid, right? We just have like a big oval iris. So it just curves down like this. Down to there, okay? And the pupil, kind of relatively small to the rest of the eye, isn't there? She has maybe like a couple of little small eyelashes just there in the corner. And then around the eye, we can have like a line like this on this side and something like that here. And then there's highlights. If you want to draw them in, you can, or you can just do it with color. They're just done with color in the anime. So you don't really draw them in, you know, with ink or pencil. But with pencil you could, because you can erase the line. So you could put like a highlight up there, just a circle here, and maybe one there, but that's optional. I'll do it with color, because it just looks better when you do it with color. So we go over and do the other eye, right? So you'll measure the width of this eye, and that's how far over you go, right? So like here will fit here, and then the other eye will start just there, that distance. So your eye width across, we're in proportion in Sword Art Online, normal human proportion eyes. And then we'll do the same thing. So we'll go up, and then it'll curve over. Drawing sound effects are very important, don't forget them. And then we thicken up this line, and we'll add some like eyelashes and stuff sticking off. Again, similar sort of thing, like that kind of stuff. Doesn't have to be exactly the same on both sides either, you know, like you don't have the same amount of eyelashes on both eyes. So just a general sort of height and shape, and like maybe an eyelash or two sticking off, like this kind of stuff. Right, like so. And then again, a hook coming down the back, similar to the other side, like so, and it's thicker on top. Like that. And then the iris again, so we'll go up like that. And then pupil, relatively small pupil compared to other anime characters, right? Big eye, small pupil, big iris, small pupil, right? And then sort of these sort of lines curving around here. And if you want, you can add highlights again. And maybe like a couple of eyelashes down here. Like that kind of thing. All right, so that's roughly her eye, right? Okay, so eyelid lines, right? So Sword Art Online, we have this kind of thing going on. So like a diagonal and then comes across there. Same thing here. Like so. And then our eyebrows are pretty close. They're just here, right? So we just draw a line across. Depending on the animation scene you're drawing from, it can be just a line, or you can add a little bit of an area just to color in, kind of like this. And it's really small, right? It's not, they're very thin eyebrows. And the other one comes across like so to there. And it, as well, you can add like a small sort of narrow section if you're looking to color it, okay? But I've seen it in the anime itself, like just as a line. It doesn't have to be a colorful section. Just, you know, you have options, what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect, all that kind of stuff. Right, so her nose, so it goes just here, sort of slight, not bang in the middle, right? So the middle line would be right here. You want to draw the bridge of the nose over to the left, right? Or the right, but in this instance, it's over to the left. So you'll just like go diagonal, and then it will curve in like that, right? Simple enough kind of nose. The mouth then is a two-parter, right? So we have a gap and then two lines. So say like on this side, so it'll go across, right, like that. And you'll leave a gap and then you do the same thing over here. Right, kind of like this. So it's one of those sort of things, right? And then her chin, relatively pointy kind of chin, just down here. Not really pointy, but kind of pointy. And then you can check your distances. So top eyelid to the bottom of the nose is usually about the same as bottom of the nose to the chin. And then bottom of the nose to where like the bottom lip is, here to here, is about the same as here to here. So that's your sort of proportion, okay? And then when you get that, you can attempt her jaw. So we'll go this way. And we're gonna stop because it goes underneath hair, right? We're just gonna like stop it here, maybe mouth level. And you do the same thing over this side. Just go up. Because she's got all this long hair that comes down her face, okay? I just want to clean up that mouth. See, I did a bit of a scratchy line or something there. Right, bit better. Okay, so her hair, right? So simple enough kind of hair. It's not too bad, right? So it starts, she got a part in her hair just above this sort of part of her eye here, right? So it starts like in this section. This part, and a bit of fringe comes down here. And if you're wondering about the distance, eyebrow to the top of the forehead is about the same as eyebrow to the nose. See here to the bottom of the nose, here to here, about the same as here to here. Just so you don't make your forehead too big. That's the kind of the distance you're aiming for. And then the fringe comes over the head this way. Like roughly to here, just above her eye, right? And then there's like some hair spikes that stick down over her eyebrow. So say like, if you go over anything, you can erase them or color over them if you're using pencil, which I recommend. Pencil first. And the hair goes up that way, right? And then she has these long bangs, sort of, or like, I think they're called bangs, that's what they're called. Like long pieces of hair that come down just over her shoulder, or maybe that's bangs. I don't know, I call it fringe. Anyway, Why am I talking about this? So this comes down to here on this side. This comes up like so, there like that, and then a line there, and then these long pieces of hair come down, which I don't know what they're called, just comes down here, spiking, and then really long. This will actually go off my page, right? So it'll go like down this way. The other side of it, well, no, we'll do this side, yeah, first. Right, so a longish little spike goes onto her cheek, and then this comes down across her chest, down that way. So this other side of these, right, so it's like another long, starts about here, right? And like same sort of thing on this side. Down that way. You could have like some texture lines on them every now and then. Like so, something else there. Okay, so she has this crown that goes around her head as well. But we can just see, say starting at her eyebrows, right, her head just sort of will, the rest of her hair sort of starts here, and this crown will like go into this gap. But like the round of her head, right, we'll try and draw that in, so it just goes around this way, and it gradually sort of curves around. So we try and keep it as even as we can on both sides. So it goes around right at the top of my page there. And it just comes down. Right, kind of like that, and then she'll have, let's say, this sort of, so like the part in her hair will have like a little part of lines here, like sort of this kind of thing, just there, and then some more sort of texture lines here, going up towards that part in her hair, that direction, that way. Maybe like something else there. So then we have these wings that come around her head, so like coming around this way and down to there. Okay, same sort of thing. This is the inside line for it now. Comes down to this sort of spike down there. And I've seen them drawn lots of different ways. In the anime, it actually seems to be much simpler than the like promotional images for her. So, like say a spike here, we'll do it like the simple way, I think. And then this comes around to there. It's like this floral sort of thing. It's mostly white. Around like so. Little spikes. Up around like that somewhere. And then we can see like the underside of it here. And we go out the other side. Same sort of thing. Big spikes, small spikes. And then come into the, kind of just floating around her head. You can see the underside that goes around back that way. Right, so then the rest of her hair then sort of will go down like so, all the way down and off the page, real long, down that way, and you'll have texture lines and stuff behind her shoulders and all that, but we'll just add some, and then we'll do her neck and shoulders. So her neck, so she has like a collar on or something, so her neck like comes down here, right, quite thin, like that. And then she has this floral collar on her chest, so it like comes down this way and sticks in on her neck, sorry, not her chest. It's like a flower or something. Just there. And then here as well, it goes around the back of her neck. And this has like inside lines and patterns and things on them. You know, you're aiming sort of for sort of a floral sort of look. So in the anime, in the picture I'm drawn from, it's just kind of these sort of simple kind of lines like that on it. And then they're connected in the middle with two lines like that. And then another one across. Like so. So then her shoulders come out here. So just out and down. Quite thin shoulders now. So we're like we're nearly underneath her ear, nearly. Like it's, well, underneath, we are underneath this, but look how close it is to the head. Usually a human's shoulders are like out here. But in this anime, different, right? The other shoulder is real thin. So we're just in here. Right, and then she's got this sort of elaborate kind of dress sort of thing going on, right? And it's tied to a bow here, and it comes down around her shoulders and down, right? So we'll put the bow sort of just here, just where across from the shoulders there, and then we have the ties for the bow just sticking out the side, tied there. Something similar coming over here. Right, and then ribbon sort of hangs down. Like that. And then this fabric is tied in here, okay? So fabric ties in here and then runs down her shoulder. So, goes out there, goes out there, and then it comes down diagonal across the underneath of her shoulder there, like that, right? There might be another piece on that side, maybe another thing here, right? And then we have all these bumps for the fabric coming down her shoulder here. Right, so then we have more fabric sort of hanging down across her chest. So it curves out, right? Like so. And then curves out like that. And then there's more detail lines on the inside. So, like an edge, you follow that again. And an edge which you follow again. Okay? And then edge line here, edge line there, and then another line here, 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 here. It seems like something else on the inside here. And then we have more coming towards the collar, right? Like a flower, another floral sort of pattern thing, right? So it like comes out down this way. There first, same on this side. And then this connects back this way, and it connects that way, and then there's more lines and patterns inside to there. and then up over to there. Like so. Like that. And then here. There. And here, here. Right, so then we have another piece of clothing in the middle of her chest here, right? And it comes across her chest, curves down in the middle like a V sort of here. Just underneath the ribbon. That's how it starts. And we have a line in the center like that. And then this comes off down an edge line, a V sort of thing there. And then fold lines and pattern lines coming around her chest here, right, like so. Like that, and then the center line here, and then maybe a line just underneath going that way, one there, like so. Right, but I think that's everything. That is how to draw Quinella from Sword Art Online. Thanks for the request, Emmanuel. And I'll try to get this out before Christmas. So, happy Christmas, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.